Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. It's another beautiful day here in Harmony, Pennsylvania. And I use that term relative because it's gloomy and cold. And I guess we're getting some snow. Well, we haven't had any snow this winter, so no big deal. We can handle it. We're from Pennsylvania. We can take that bad weather. Good morning, Julian. Good morning, Star. West Michigan, I think you guys, I don't know if you guys are going to get this next round or not, but and who knows with this weather. In Montana, you guys have snow year round, I think. Oh my, so I'm a little early. So we just want to you guys, what we're going to do today is just kind of do some Q&A. Like, what do you want to know? Right? So you have any questions about anything, what's important? Especially when it comes to your scan and cut, your doing applique, your serger. If you have any questions about anything at Amy Sews, how the memberships work, anything like that. I'm getting ready for the cruise in January. So I have a crystal template done because we're getting ready for the big crystal workshop on Sunday. And I can show you how the crystal templates work, that kind of thing. Let's see, Mimi, 3 times in a row. You go, girl. Are you on Facebook? Yeah. So I can see some are YouTubers, some are Facebookers. So just like we have been doing all week. Hey, Carol, the word of the day is share to put in the drawing on the drawing for the end of the week and sprinkle this out into the universe. It is truly appreciated. Let's see. Oh, everybody's popping on now. I know we're giving away a 40-pack of fat quarters. I thought I brought one over with me, but I did not. So I'm tucked into the back of the. All right. Dorothy has a question. So I have a question about the Rhinestone workshop. Do you have to have the kit with the activation code? No, you do not. If you do not have the official brother kit, which is the one over here, right? You don't have to. So when we sent our kits out, you got some orange substrate to cut, some heat transfer tape, and some crystals in your kit. I'm going to have templates for you to download. I'm going to show you in Canvas Workspace how to create your own, even if you don't have the Rhinestone kit, which of course with the activation code, it's much faster and easier, but there's a workaround. And then I'm going to open the Dime cut and stitch software that also has a rhinestone crystal feature in it where you can embellish your embroidery. I'm also going to show how to use your scan and cut to bring an image of your embroidery design into Canvas Workspace so you can plot crystal templates for your embroidery designs. So it's kind of like a big circle. It's just really not about crystals. It's about Canvas Workspace, how to add crystals to your embroidery when you don't have an image of your embroidery. So we're going to talk about how to create that and bring it into scan and cut for a template. So let's see, Elaine has a question. Remember what brand puffy vinyl you use?
Could you try again?
Sorry, that's my dang watch. She thinks I'm talking to her. All right, so puffy vinyl you use for the yellow button. Yes, we use Caesar, S-I-S-E-R. It's pronounced Caesar. And they have puffy vinyl and they have strip flock, which looks puffy, but it's like a hard felt or something like that. But that's what that is, Elaine. So, but Caesar is the brand we use. Okay, thank you, Muffy. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the new sessions. Lori has a question. Do I need the deep cut blade for the templates? So depending, Lori, which scan and cut you have, the black blade is the, let me grab it. Sorry, just watch for dead space. Let's keep talking amongst yourselves. It'll all be good. So if this is your scan and cut, you have the DX models. This is your black blade, right? This is your deep cut. And make sure, like I was playing with something, make sure you peel the blade back. Let's do it this way. Make sure you peel the blade, the cover back away from the blade. See, if I have all kinds of, like, well, you can't see, but all kinds of goo in there that need cleaned off. So make sure you open this up. Look at that. Can you see the crud in there? Shame on me, but I'm glad you guys got to see it. You want to keep this clean because these blades have to rotate. You know, they have to spin all the way around. But the black blade is the deep cut that we use to cut the template plastic with. And with that said, I also use the black blade with my fabric with fusible. But see that little piece of blue tape? That tells me that is my fabric black blade. This is my whatever I feel like cutting for the day blade. I just tried to cut a gift card. I had a Starbucks gift card that was done. And I tried to cut a guitar pick out of it. And it's just too thick. I probably could have worked on it and got it to work, but it just would have been too much. So let's see. Doris, I'm glad you like the dime cut and stitch software. I think it's only $279. We have it at the Amy So's store. It really has a lot of bang for its buck. It really does. So it's something to consider if you have no software and you just want to be able to create your own appliques, make rhinestone templates, resize, save something in a new format. Then that's what you want to do. Okay. I'm looking. Oh, we got New York City here. Survived New Year's Eve in Times Square. Ed's been there a couple times. He was stationed at Governor's Island, but I haven't been. We spent our honeymoon in New York City, but we haven't been there since 2016-ish. I think I used to go in and buy fabric. What's the brother weeding cup? I don't know, Wardo, if you're back there, can you grab a blue weeding cup? Oh, good. Stephanie's here. Stephanie is our official Caesar creative soul. We're doing a cruise together in July in Alaska. I don't know what she's answering the question to, but if you're talking about Stephanie, does Caesar have crystal flocking? I don't know the answer to that, but they have the puffies flocking you're looking for, and then the strip flock you're looking for. Let's see. Do we need to bring vinyl? Kathy, if you're referring to the cruise, if there's a project you want to work on yourself, you're welcome to bring more vinyl. On the January cruise, let me cross, it's the January cruise. We have vinyl in your kit. So we're doing heat transfer vinyl for t-shirts. We're doing marine vinyl for your cup. We're doing, I think PJ's doing a keychain project, and there's a couple options, but if you want to bring your own, so you make sure you have your own colors, there is no problem with that whatsoever. If you're talking about the July cruise with Stephanie and Reen from Embroidery Garden, there's still going to be a kit available. But again, you're welcome. There's times where you can work independently, especially if you're not a casino, disco, drinker kind of cruiser. You can spend your time in the classroom if you want. Laura, you're the 325. Perfect. That's the black blade. Oh, I thought Ed, I was protecting myself. Ed was going to throw it at me. Oh my gosh. So if you have the 330 DX scan and cut, of course, it talks back and forth to your brother Luminaire. Like magic. Mimi, this is the weeding cup. And what this weeding cup does is when you use, I don't think I have my hook tool. Hold on. I should have brought all my tools with me. All right. So this is your weeding cup, right? So when you have to pick up and some of these dots come up automatically, right? But as you pick up your weeding stuff, you just take it and wipe your hook in here. This is a non-stick silicone. So like anything that is pressure sensitive vinyl, you don't want that laying around in your cabinet because it'll stick. So this is what the weeding cup is. That's my little hook tool. But look at this. Aren't they pretty? These are weeding pens, and it's really a needle on the end of it. Like, yes, it hurts when you poke yourself, but I love this because I just kind of stab and lift. And aren't they sexy with all those rhinestones on them? Makes you feel good. Makes a chore of weeding a little nicer because it's pretty, and we like pretty. Elaine was, have ever tried Christmas Creations etching tool for the scan and cut? So Elaine's talking about Chromis Creations, which does aftermarket product for the scan and cut, which means they make their own blade holders that do different things. I've never even really talked about it before because, and I'm sure they're done well, right? That's not the thing. Because I'm a brother dealer and I get in trouble enough for some of the things I say when I'm doing the scan and cut things or I'm doing other things. I just don't do it because, if somebody would buy it and it would mess up their scan and cut, somehow I'd be liable in the end. I know people are using it because we have no etching any tools for the scan and cut. So I have not tried them. You're welcome to try them. That's about all I can tell you. I have not done anything. Yeah, Stephanie says that the cut and stitch software is super easy. And again, for I think what, $279, $289, something like that, you can't beat it. We have them in stock, but if you want to use it right away, I just send you a picture of the activation code and then put the package in the mail. Let's see what else we got. The difference between, oh boy, Karen, that is the $1 million question. So here is the small thing in a nutshell. If you go to brothersupport.com, there is a comparison chart out there. So the CM models are the older ones, right? They're prior to the automation where you have to dial the blade up and down. I still have my CM 550 here. It cuts beautifully. I just have to know how to make it cut. With the different, like we're giving away if you haven't signed up for the SVG Summit yet, I put a post in the Facebook groups. Anyhow, it's for Cricut and scan and cut people, anybody that uses an SVG. So I'm giving away a scan and cut SDX 85. Now, every country, Europe, Canada, North America, South America, all have different numbers on their scan and cuts. I can tell you on the American side, the 225, 325, 330 series do 900 DPI on the scan, right? Which means give you a much clearer image, and you can use a 24-inch mat. The SDX 85 I'm giving away is 300 DPI on the scan, so your image isn't as clear or you don't get as fine of outlines out of it, and it will not use a 24-inch mat, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So the big difference is 24-inch mat, Wi-Fi, and the DPI on the scanner. So that's kind of the thing. Let's see. Wow, I'd love to make the cruise, perhaps 2025. I'll be able to join. Sounds like educational fun. It is, because we really kind of, it's in the January cruise, it's a mastery cruise, which sounds kind of crazy, but it's not about, and I always say here, this is kind of our motto here. It's not about the project. It's about the process, right? You want to learn, like you may never cut a crystal kit. You may never cut a gift card. You may never make a greeting card, but you've done it. You have the settings and you know, if I need to do it, I can do it. So it's about cutting everything. So let's see, Billy, yes, Dime software, cut and stitch. I have the entire suite. I have the PEP, which is the professional software that has all the digitizing bells and whistles. I have my block piecer, my quilt embellisher. I have all of that. Let me grab, what did I do with the projects? Hold on. Hold on. I just had it a minute ago. Oh my gosh. I thought that the heck so. I was watching Stephanie. That's what it was. Stephanie messed me up because she's always missing something. I have no idea what I did with the project that uses my quilt planner that we did in the scan and cut box last month. So we actually cut out all the pieces. We pieced the blocks together, and then we used our wash away markers and our pen holders to mark our quilting lines. So it was kind of an all-inclusive quilting with your scan and cut box. Mimi goes, can we order the weeding cup separately as part of a kit? No, Mimi, you can get it separately. I think they're $4.99 or something like that. They're back on Ed's desk. Just walk back and get one. PJ, my girl. So PJ is my buddy, my partner on the cruises. PJ does everything imaginable. She's so awesome. We love her. She's going to be on all the cruises with us. So where did the weeding cup come from? We had them here at Amy Sews. I had them made for a subscription box in the kind of the scan and cut blue. And so they just go to amysews.com. They're in the store. Okay. I hope I don't miss anything. PJ, you watching for me? Oh, we got an Australian here. It's 1 a.m. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. You did. Yes, you did the cruise last year. The weeding pens. Yes, the weeding pens are in the amysews.com store. And I will tell you, they come in, they're not, every color's not listed. So even if you shoot me a text, if you're in that community text or whatever, send me an email at support@amysews.com and give me kind of a color range. I know there's pink, there's some rainbow, there's copper, there's silver. I don't think there's, and there may be like a blue color. So you can tell we're not super activated. All right. Is print and cut on activation cards still available? Carlotta, here's the deal. That never came to the US. That was a UK product. I have not seen it here. So I could be wrong that it's out there and I don't know about it, but that started as a UK product and people were ordering them from UK websites. Brother Convention is in July or August coming up. I know there's some new things in the wind and, but that print and cut. So I don't want to say I'm not sure why you need that. I know it has registration marks on it. That's the way Cricut and Silhouette does it. But when I print my stickers, and my stickers are here somewhere, I just scan them in, grab the background, and I'm done. So I'm not sure what all that does, so I'll keep my eyes on it. Oh, good. So Mary Jean has the 85. It does connect to Wi-Fi. Perfect. So we can talk back and forth. Okay. Hello, Mariana Campbell. Bachman. We have the same name, Miss Bachman. Hope you're recovering well. I know Stephanie, so funny. I watched her yesterday and she couldn't find something. I'm like, couldn't find her scissors. I'm like, I just had, well, if you would see what's off to that direction, it's embarrassing. We are stacked up to our eyeballs and I'm going to say crap, but Jim and I have 900 projects going on. Like the next 3 or 4 boxes are in stages. And so we're building a new studio. So we're going to have the filming studio and then we're going to have where we're going to create things because Jim needs to work on this and I need to go live and it's killing my soul. And I do not like clutter. And so it kind of stresses me out. I am that weirdo that when I sew and I'm done with that project, everything gets put back. Every scissor, every tweezer, everything gets swept, put back where like it's brand new. And then I start my next project. So I know I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko. All right. So this is the current, this is Jim's making this for his daughter, Mary. She's extra small. So we love her anyway. But this is it. He hasn't put the neck or the hood on yet, but this is the Serger sweatshirt hoodie we're doing in January. And so it's just standard serging, 3/4 thread. You get the sweatshirt fleece and the dyed ribbing to match, which is almost impossible to find. And then Jim did a little extra cover stitching on here, but if you don't have cover stitching, you're just going to twin needle top stitch it or just top stitch it. So that's currently what's happening in the world of the Serger box. If you want to join the Serger or the scan and cut or the applique tea towel, all the carts are open. This doesn't happen but once in a blue moon, because we have to have enough fabric to source everything, projects to source everything, and just logistics, let's say. So we're excited to have everything open. So you can join the Serger box. You can let's see, let me get, and if you just go to, let me open this up, amysews.com, right? This is kind of what happens when you punch in here, and you have a little fly up that offers you 10% off your box. But if you want to know the information, they're right here for all three. Now, I will say with the tea towels, something exciting has happened. At Tea Towel Club, we started for people that don't have embroidery. They just want to do trace it, sew it, old school applique like we've always done. And but now we've added machine embroidery, and we didn't change the price. It's $24.95 a month. You get your towel, you get your fabric, you get your embroidery design, you get your printout. If you're still tracing, no harm, no foul. That's what it is. So this is where you find everything. And here is shop supplies. Let's see, notions, I think. Oh, I thought they were on here. The weeding pens. Support Amy Sews will get you connected to everything. There's the weeding cup right there. There's the pens right there. So, and all the extra brother scan. Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Dad. Dad's like, scan and cut supplies. I'm like, I get it. I get it. Okay. Let's see. When was the blue weeding cup in the subscription box? Maybe I have one. I'm way behind. Oh, boy. That was a while ago, Vicky. Last year. Well, everything's last year at this point. I'm guessing probably 6-8 boxes ago. Let's see. What does Robin? They're the pen holders. We may have to have Ed double check. We have sold so many for the cruises. I think we have the small pen holder available. We have to double check with that. We've been pulling orders to take for the cruise. So we have the universal and the small holders, Ed says. So, oh, thank you, Joan. I'm glad you appreciate that, because so many subscription boxes, I have friends that have quilt boxes, and it's just project specific. And I'm saying not that you're learning anything, but it's just the same cut and sew, make a quilt. And that's great. But we want to really like test you. You're going to open one box and you're going to go, what the pick and heck am I doing here? And we had that happen in the Serger box. It wasn't real popular. It was pearls and beads, and we'd made necklaces and Chanel trim. And everybody was like, I never want to do that again. It's like, well, at least you know how to do it. So you every once in a while, you'll catch a box. It's like, that's not so good. With the scan and cut, every other month, we do some sort of a substrate, a cork, a plastic, something you would probably never cut on your own without having a need for it. And then we do a fabric project. So that's, and even with the Serger box, we do we've done some quilting in the past. So this was a scan and cut project. So it was, multiple pieces. We did scan and cut buttonholes. And then Jim finished this one on the Serger. You got the entire applique alphabet. Oh, here it is here. It was just a pillow wrap. So you got the fabric to wrap and that kind of thing. This was a Serger quilt that I give Jim credit for this one. So this is all serged. So we talk about serging, squaring, that kind of thing. And then this was the last Serger project, was these scrap pods, but we did piping, we did chain stitch quilting. We learned how to redraft a pattern. That's all I'm going to say about that one. We are not perfect. The pattern for the hoodie. So, Susie, do you get the pattern for the hoodie? Yes. There's a down when you get your box. There's on on your little card in there, it's gives you the code to go download your hoodie. I will say it's 63 pieces of paper. Oh, Jim traced his off. So you're going to tape them all together, print them, or take them. I don't know if I don't know if there's Office and Staple Max even around anymore. I don't know. And they can print it on a plotter. Speaking of plotters, it didn't come for Christmas. My next shot, Valentine's Day, and my birthday in March. We're still waiting for a plotter here so I can print down big patterns. Fran, I wore this jacket for you today. I posted on Facebook a shirt from probably the early 90s that was the sweatshirt with the reverse applique with the fabric underneath, and we cut out and exposed the fabric, and Fran goes, that would be fun to redo. And then we could make it in the hoop. So I want to show this to you, Fran. This jacket, I think, is 15 years old. Let me take it off. I can show you underneath here. It is the reverse applique, but it's knit on knit with embroidery. And I did this a million years ago. So you can see how the knit is cut and curled back. So it's 2 layers of the same sweatshirt, but look how pretty the embroidery is. And then it's just a double layer underneath. Excuse my phone dinging. I didn't turn it off. But how cool is that? So that is the project. I'm going to try to reinvent that, Fran. I don't know. It won't be a box. It'll probably just be a class. I know you guys like the live classes, and I'm probably going to continue to do more of them, right? Just because everybody seems to like them. All right, here comes a messenger.
For the boxes. Get them done in live class.
Oh, thank you. Ed Ed gets different information on the other side. So what you get with the classes, you get the second Tuesday of the month. We go live just in our Facebook group, and I show you what's in the box, right? There was a box here a minute ago. And then the third Tuesday of the month, we have a live class in our private group inside of Amy Sews. It's a program we have inside Amy Sews where we do the live classes, and then they're recorded and they stay there. A lot of times Jim and I will do a bonus section of a class. Like with the hoodie, Jim will probably do the cover stitching in its own video. So you can go there and watch it where it's not live. But we have like little bonus pieces that we add to the video. All right. Well, welcome from beautiful South Carolina. I was just online yesterday looking for houses to rent in Surf City for my family. We love it down there. I'm really a North Carolina girl. If I had to pick, I would live in the Cherokee Mountains and not even blink an eye. But that's but I'm also a beach girl, so I'm looking. So I apologize for not. Someone just said woohoo. Let's see what that is. Just join the mailing list. Check out the subscription boxes after your show. Looking forward. Oh, honey, that's so exciting. Then I have someone to visit in New York City. That's good. Joan, my kind of girl right there. Put everything away and get started. That's what we have to do. All right. Franny did the Serger quilt and loved it. That is, Fran, that makes me happy. You know what? People kind of, okay. So real quilters poo-poo it, right? Oh, I wouldn't want a Serger quilt. Let me tell you something. If you want a utility quilt that's going to get tossed on the couch, rolled up in front of a fire, the kids are going to play with it, the dog's going to sleep on it, you could not make a stronger thing. Hey, Ed. I'm going to call him again like I did the other day. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Talk about pattern printing. Oh, Jane, always forget. I do. So some of you belong to our community texting app, right? So at the top of Amy, so the number is 724. I'll put it in the chat. 204-6443. You put SNC for scan and cut, and you put Serger for Serger, and you get notifications when we are doing our thing. Oh, Stephanie loves the reverse applique. I know, and this is my 34th year in sewing machine retail. which just takes my breath away. But what I'm seeing is what's old is new again. So I'm finding out to, let's find something else. All right, so this is always the big question. If you buy a scan and cut for the first time, what are the top accessories? So if you buy the 325, you get the standard blade. I'm sorry, the standard tack mat, the light tack mat, the black blade, and the tan blade. If you buy the 335, which is the Disney, you get the standard mat, the fabric mat, and the rotary cutting blade. No matter what scan and cut you buy, please buy the DX model. The rotary blade will save your life. I'm just telling you, for cutting fabric, there is nothing like it. You can cut batting, felt, wool, things that we've kind of had been on the struggle bus with before, but that's the way to go. So I recommend a scanning mat because it's a non-stick mat with an acetate cover that works extremely well for getting information back and forth to patterns and such to your scan and cut. The fabric mat is like fly paper, and I'm going to be very honest with you. After the first 10 uses, all my mats are the same stick. I give up. I restick them. I use other product to hold things down. So the downside, that's it. But the rotary blade is my number one, and the scanning mat is number two. If Jim around, I don't know what happened to the project from last month. Is it on the shelf right there, Ed? The blocks that have the table runner with the funny color blocks. Is it folded up right there? You'd see it. It's a finished table run. No. Ask Jim if he knows where it is, please. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
With Q&A, I never know what anybody's going to ask. Oh, Fran made 3 quilts. Perfect. And again, as long as you're doing straight lines, not a lot of angle piecing, you're all good. Let's see. I put things away. Well, I feel so disheveled today. I don't know why, but anyhow, I'm always disheveled. There's no anything to see. See, can we order Serger kit separately and watch the video too? Unfortunately, at the moment, the answer is no. You have to belong. You can cancel really at any time. Oh, here comes Jim. Come on, Jim. You can cancel at any time. But what I want to say is, though, I'm hoping down the road that you can be able to purchase the class and the box independently, but it would be more than what the members pay. We just haven't worked all that out. All right, so this was the scan and cut where we cut the blocks, and I did this with my quilt piecer, right? You can piece it in the hoop, or we piece it traditionally. You can use your marking pen to mark the quilting lines, and then I included a quilting and embroidery quilting design. So that's what that is. Thank you, Jim. I was like, where is everything? I don't know. We're good. So at least I got to show that off, which is fine. So Mimi, it's the same thing. The Serger quilt kit separately and watch the video. No, not at the moment. But those of you who live in the tech world understand the tech stack to get stuff done. So everything is instantly happening when you order stuff and do stuff. It is really, let alone the 3 of us getting all the orders ready, I guess is the big thing. Good. Vicky made Serger matching quilts, Rainbow Bright. Oh my gosh, I remember Rainbow Bright. April is one of our favorite boxers. Fabric for the table run is beautiful. I'm glad you like it, honey. We try to do kind of neutrally things with the next Serger project after this. I don't know. We got 2 in the works. So the next scan and cut box, which is February, right? So we're talking about doing a 3D shadow box with paper, right? Because I'm not a big paper crafter, but you can make some amazing things. And then there is a cork and vegan leather, faux leather wallet that's underway too. So we had not added any sewing at all to the scan and cut box until we did that pieced table runner, and it went over really well. I didn't want to exclude people who don't sew, but I'm just not a paper crafter. So I'm guessing the majority of everybody has a dang sewing machine somewhere. I think so. So the question is, do you need an embroidery machine for the Tea Towel Club? No. And that's how it started, was you get a paper pattern We do include the scan and cut files if you need them, but they're just for people who just want to do traditional applique. You trace the pattern, you cut them out, and you put them together. Let me grab a couple tea towels. Keep looking. Stephanie, are you enjoying this? Me running from place to place to find the dang stuff that I thought I had. I put piles out, but that didn't seem to do anything. Anyhow, this is just one of them. So they're kind of, I don't say they're kind of themed, but these were the ants. And we try to do something. Sharon does these for me. We try to add a little something extra, a little unique extra on the towel. We have so many beautiful stitches in our sewing machines and we never use them. So it's basic, but you can step it up a level if you want, but you don't have to have anything. And I included embroidery just because people were asking for it. So of course that ant can't be one embroidery hoop. You'd have to, hoop it in pieces, but that's why we're not going to upcharge for embroidery. $24.95 a month. You can join anytime, jump out anytime. And so the towel is going out for January. The class goes up on the 15th. Is 4 blocks. And I think the word spells out love. And then I added some other embroidery embellishments to it. Okay, when are we doing the next scan and cut? The last block was perfect. Oh, that makes me happy, Vicky. So February, you'll get your next box. And again, Jim and I are tossing things back and forth with what to do. And it's a problem, but it's not a problem. Jim is super creative. I'm creative. And then we say one thing and it takes us down 400 paths. And then the hardest part is I'm a squirrel. So I have to be reeled back in to reality compared to what we can do, what I want to do. So it's, anyhow. But don't forget to put the word share in the comments because we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the week, a 40-pack of fat quarters. Actually, it's the same fabric that was in the scan and cut table runner quilt thing. And then sprinkle this out to the universe because the bigger we grow our community, the more we can do, the more we can offer. Let me check the bottom. Okay. Stephanie. She is so sweet. Stephanie, what is I know it's So Stephanie Says, I think, on Facebook. And then Reen from Embroidery Garden. I just love that girl. She is so amazing how she does things. And her and Stephanie work well together. The three of us work well together. That's why we're going to do the cruise. But Stephanie does live vinyl, Caesar product type demos and things. Last night she did sublimation on glitter vinyl. And let me tell you something. I can't wait to do it. Brother has the new sublimation printers. And they're only $3.99, I think, which is a dang bargain for a sublimation printer. I have 2 sublimation printer here from Sawgrass. I think I have $800 each into them. And one's for fabric, one's for, and let's see. So we have a special guest. Here, buddy. Come on. Ugh. This is Yeti Dog. Oh my God. Come on, say hi. Say hi. I think he's 14 weeks now. And he's a black lab. And he is the new grand dog. So you'll see him in some videos and things like that. Huh, buddy? Good? All right. Good boy. Good boy. He has a hurt paw. So we had a Christmas Day puppy accident. All right. Let's see the Power Serger. Let me see what this is. The Power Serger is $37.88 for class only and the same price for the bi-monthly box. Not accurate. No, I think, hang on, let me switch over. Let's see this, the Serger box. It's $59 for the box and the class. It's the $37 for just the class. And then we're starting to add some other independent classes. I did this last year, how your software and your scan and cut and your luminaire or your embroidery machine, I should say, all works together. That's about 3 hours of information there. Jim has we're getting ready to do the another class, an independent class. Jim also does amazing digitizing, is also super smart. Let's see. All right, we've got Barbara, because scan and cut, 230, down the software, the free project. Okay, so if you want to attend the cruise, so here's the deal. As long as you know what, of course, we're there to help you through everything. You really don't have to know anything. You know how to turn it on, you know what the screen is. And if you know some of the icons that we're going to be talking about, we always do a little primer at the beginning of a cruise with what does what. But no, you do not have to know a lot of anything. That's why you're coming, because you can learn. Let's see.
Most people, honestly, they close their
Contacted Embroidery Garden about a hoop press mats you showed yesterday.
Yeah, most people close.
Oh, good. That's awesome. The hoop press mats I was showing embroidery applique, and Reen from Embroidery Garden does these felted mats that fit inside your hoop. So if you have to turn something upside down to pull something through the stabilizer, press from behind, it supports your project. When people hold their hoop, they hold it like this. And what happens, that pressure loosens the fabric from the hoop, and they go to put it back in after they've trimmed, and now it doesn't line up. So those are definitely perfect for that. Yes, the doggy is a he, and his name is Yeti. So we've only had one dog in our entire life, and he was a black lab named Diesel. And then Zach's boys are 8 and 10, and they wanted a dog. So another black lab. So Stephanie posted her thing to go hang out with her for a little bit. She's a lot of fun, and I can't wait till July. Let's see. All right, Doris, I will have Ed check on that and see what it says. I don't do the website, so I don't know what to say. Let's see. Oh, the Sew and Sell cruise. We may have had a cancellation in January, but I don't know that for sure. You can go check at sewandsellcruise.com. All right. So can I explain the printer that you mentioned? Yes. Brother has 2 printers. So sublimation is a hot press where the ink turns to a gas, and then it's smashed onto your fabric, right? So sublimation needs at least 50% polyester or more polyester. It likes polyester. So when you see like things in the craft world, it says sublimation blank, whether it's a mug or a coaster or this is sublimation printed. It has a polyester coating on it. And so when Stephanie was doing the glitter and the flock, because they're polyester, you put a layer of that down, then you can sublimate on top of it. So Brother has a sublimation printer that prints on paper, and then that paper gets ironed onto something with this polyester coating. Okay. The Sawgrass printers, I have the Sawgrass 500s. One is Chromecast that prints on cotton, which has been nothing but grief since the day I took it home. And the other one is sublimation, because I was doing mugs and tumblers and things for the gifts in the store, and some t-shirts. Stephanie Caesar has a product that is a printable vinyl. So it looks like a clear sheet, a foggy sheet, and you put it through your printer, and then you cut it out like you would cut out a sticker or something, and then you iron it on, and then it becomes like, that's called direct to print vinyl. And then when we do the t-shirts at the store, we make our own t-shirts, that's print to DTF, direct to film, and then it gets heat pressed on. So it's a whole different world out there for these sublimations, but the sublimation printer is really slick. It's not expensive to get started. It does take sublimation ink, right? You just can't go to Costco's and buy ink for it, right? You have to have the right ink, but it is so much fun to be able to make one-off t-shirts, to make mugs, to make, different things. So anyhow, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Oh, Stephanie says we need to meet in Cherokee for a planning session. I agree. And I think it should be a log house with a hot tub. Let's go bougie. All right. Stephanie says easy color DTF is inkjet printer. Easy sublies. Thank you. There's so many products. I get confused myself. So the DTF is for inkjet printers, which everybody already has, not laser, inkjet. And the Easy Subli is sublimation. It uses a sublimation ink and sublimation printer. I know, Marilyn, that was a lot to come out, but anyhow, that is where we are. Okay. Gee whizzikers. Just looking and looking and looking. So I'll show you the mess I've got going on over here. So this is the tote bag. Maybe I'm stealing thunder from the cruise. I don't know. But this is the tote bag that everybody gets. So when you can go back and forth to your room and do the supplies, this is one of the templates. They're going to get templates to play with. They have this beautiful sea turtle. So I want to just quickly talk about rhinestones real quick. So the reason that it's hard to find the official Brother rhinestone kit is because the rhinestones, depending on where you live, California, Hawaii, Colorado, with tough environmental standards, they don't like, I think it's something in the lead content of the crystals. These are low lead. So there's low lead, like everything else in the world. There's different qualities available. So these are Korean crystals. They have a little higher lead content. These are called AB for Aurora Borealis. And this is 10SS. So SS stands for stone size. And in the workshop, you can hand me those, please. And in the workshop, you're going to get a little chart that tells you what all of the different sizes are.
There's some other questions about more information for the detail.
Oh, okay. We'll do that. I'll do that in a second. Thanks, Ed. And this is template. So there's different stuff. This is a plastic template material. There's flocking template material that has like a fur, like a felt on it, like a velvet. To each their own. And I will tell you, if you're going to Amazon and you see this orange and it's flocking, which has the velvety texture to it, it has a 1-star rating, run, because this stuff can't stretch when you take it off. But anyhow, back to the crystals. So you'll see crystals in all different sizes, right? So that SS10 is what we kind of use the most. This is the difference between Swarovski crystals. So if you were doing bridal veils, bridal wear, things that have a treasured kind of, I don't want to use the bounce area. Look, they're even wrapped like diamonds. If you've ever seen raw diamonds, this is how they come wrapped in these papers. But look at the difference in that sparkle and shine in the Swarovski. So here's a difference. That's probably $90 worth of crystals. That's probably $9 worth of crystals. So I just, it's kind of get what you pay for type situation. And these are considered hot fix. So what you do is you just take your template that we have cut on the Scan and Cut. And then this was designed with the official Brother Rhinestone kit, because I can bring any graphic I want in here, right? And make it my own. So I'm just going to, and this is why you need a lot of crystals at first. And then you have these little furry paintbrush things you can get at Home Depot. Oh, this is the one that's too small. I cut it too small. I had the wrong stone size. You guys are getting a real lesson today. So this is the one, the template, it's too small. That's why it wasn't back with the cruise stuff. This is just, so I'm just going to move this on here so you can see. This is just paper. You cannot use just paper because you got to get it out of here. But I want you to see how it doesn't lay on the tray. It has to be stiff. But as you brush, it fills the holes, right? And then once the holes are filled, you take this non-stick sheet and you pick up all the sticky heat sheet. You pick it up and this transfer tape, take it to your garment, and then you press it on and you end up with beautiful crystals. How pretty is that? So the crystals, there's a little bit of mystery to them, right? Everybody's like, oh, they're so hard. No, it just takes a little bit of patience. Okay, question. Does the Brother Crystal Kit you have on your site provide for the skin kit? Yes, the official box over here has, and what you're paying for in here, yes, they give you some flocking and some crystals and template pickup stuff and some pre-done templates. But what you're paying for here is the activation code. So when you activate this in Canvas Workspace, the rhinestone letters show up, the designs show up, and the ability to automatically create something shows up. And I'll show you here in 2 seconds if you like. This was, oh, that pink fades away. This is one of the towels that we did. And then we did a pretty border. This was the November towel, and we used, metallic thread. We've added little, those are glitter, heat transfer glitter. Oh my gosh, Amy, that's glitter vinyl, heat glitter vinyl put on by heat. And so instead of rhinestones, because you don't want something sticking on your tea towel, we used the glitter vinyl like rhinestones. So that was there. Let me switch to, so this is Canvas Workspace. It's free to download and have it on your computer. If you're coming on the cruises, I highly recommend you do the download version, because if you've ever been on a cruise, the internet stinks. All right, so let's see. We got love description box with Serger. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, Jim, God bless Jim. Jim writes a novel when he does a project, and I know you guys appreciate that. I am not the writer. I'm the talker. So Jim's coming to the expo in Atlanta in March. Is he doing any classes for Scan and Cut? Unfortunately, Jim only does what he is contracted to do at the expos. I know he does some sewing and technique classes, and he does one embroidery class. But anyhow, so this is what because I have it embedded, right, or I downloaded, I have a rhinestone tab that gives me all these designs that come with the kit ready to go. Okay, so you have some things ready to go. But if I want to bring in, let me just draw something. So let me just take this pen tool, and I'm just making a mess just so you can see, because I can't draw my way out of a paper bag. If I come up to premium, here is my rhinestones. That's plotting one at a time. Here's automatically. So I can just have the outline. And there it is. It's ready to cut, to put crystals on. If I go back to premium, I can fill it in all these different kind of configurations, choose my stone size here. I can change the spacing. I can change the angle, and I can change the vertical spacing. What you don't want is anything. Well, of course, that's what you did. Sorry. Let's see if it'll do it without me messing with anything. So the path is too complex, if that makes any sense. So we're going to switch it up. Come on. There we go. I'm just going to grab a basic sheep. So let's say you want to make a bunny tail, right? Let's go ahead and select that. Go to premium. Rhinestone, please work. There we go. That is very intense. That is a lot of rhinestones. But what you have to be careful of is you don't want any of the template holes touching each other, or the crystals won't plop into place, or they won't do well. But that's pretty much, you get some automation with that. I don't have the cut and stitch on my MacBook. It's on a different computer, which is how my life is. It's in two different places all the time. So, okay, let's see. The Rhinestone kit does not include the Brother Rhinestone designs that show up in Canvas. So you get 100 patterns, and in this particular kit that we have, it has the alphabet and 100 patterns for you to do that's already built in. So once you activate it, those show up in the downloaded version and the online version. So let's see. Well, Jane, I wish you lived close too. Let's see. I used to do a lot of retreats, right? And so like travel retreats, that kind of thing, and teach a lot, but I become more of a homebody now. But we're thinking about doing a 2 or 3 day retreat here at the store. We can seat 90 people in our event center and then run a shuttle back and forth to the hotel. So I'm not sure if anybody would be interested. We're talking about Serger and scan and cut to do that, not the same time to do that. But with a 4-hour drive, you are from, let's say, Toledo, Ohio, mid-Maryland, above Lake Erie, 4 hours. I'm at Niagara Falls. It's 6 hours to Lancaster. It's 10 hours from Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge neighborhood. So we'll think about doing it. And if we get enough response, we'll put one together. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's see. Can you print your Amy Says logo and t-shirts to sell too? I think we need t-shirts to wear in the cruise. Well, it just so happens, Terry, you're going to be making your own t-shirt on the cruise. And Anthony designed this really cute, I may bring some little logo things you guys can put on, the back of the neck or on your sleeve or something. Anthony designed this really cute, it's a pirate theme this trip. So it's a really cute t-shirt. You're going to be cutting the vinyl, pressing the t-shirt, doing the layers, learning how to layer all your different colors. And Anthony and Jamie will be there because they have an amazing garment business where they do, sports deals. So they're very familiar with that. Where am I located? I am 30 minutes north of the city of Pittsburgh. So beautiful Western Pennsylvania. It's right off the turnpike. It's right off 79 and 80 that kind of goes everywhere. Oh, Ed, this is the one I'm wearing, the Sewing in Harmony. It's because we're technically in Harmony, Pennsylvania. So that's kind of why we did that. And then these are the hoodies that have my doll. Everybody calls it the doll, the Amy doll on it. So the t-shirts are, anyhow, they're there. Yeah, so you're going to be making your own. Yes, I know the retreats and COVID messed with all of us, right? Yes. So Allentown, you were a good still 7-ish hours. It's five hours to Philadelphia. So you were sort of close, sort of close. It's always we're on the good side of the state. I always say we're away from the capital and the traffic. So we're good. All right, let's see. My granddaughter's moving by you. Whoa, how cool is that, Jane? That's great. That's great. Yeah. You can take the train from Grand Central Station to Pittsburgh. It's about 11 hours, and half of it you're riding backwards because in Philadelphia they switched the train from forward to backwards. So I'll pick you up at the train station. You'll be fine. Oh, there's an Amtrak story in there somewhere, but that's not for today. Oh my gosh. So how often do the subscription boxes become available? Is it monthly? No, it's every other month. So This month is January, it's Serger. And then February is Scan and Cut. March is Serger. T-Towel is every month because it's just a quick, easy project. And some people do get backed up on the boxes, but that's why we did every other month, because it gives you kind of a little bit of a break. So, and you open the box, always put some sort of goodie in there. Sometimes it's candy, like we did for Christmas. The Scan and Cut, they got a brayer, like a hard brayer to rub the fabric on. This was a gift. The weeding pen was a gift 1 month. So we always try to put a little extra goodie in there. Now this Serger box is packed. I will tell you, Ed had a stroke when he saw the weight for the shipping, because we only charge $5 shipping. That's probably going to change. We're probably going to have to add $1 to that. But anyhow, so it depends on the weight. We always try to put a little extra something in there. You're 8 hours from Connecticut. So, oh, Connie's cruised with us a couple times. Connie got married on one of our cruises, which I think is adorable. We are so excited she's coming back. So there's going to be about 70 on this cruise. So that's exciting. Yeah, Connie's getting a sneak peek. Jamie's probably like going, no, why is she showing people? You know what? COVID changed the way we do business, right? As a retailer, we didn't totally shut down. We were taking orders, throwing things out the window, and we have 12,000 square feet here. So at some point, of course, Ed had his heart transplant the February of COVID in 2020. So he and I, once he was home, kind of stayed kind of separate. Zach and I were here, but we could really keep our distance. We only let like 6 people in at a time. So we tried to do that. Oh, good. Blow the dust off the dang Serger. I say that all the time. We sell a good amount of Sergers, and everything's, they just overcast, or I don't do garments. When you see some of the magical stuff that we do, of course, we do pearls by the yard. We do piping. We do cording. Let's not even put cover stitch in there, but we've done piecing, all kinds of trims and finishes and construction techniques that people just don't have a clue how much fun they are. I know the candy, Nikki's the candy disappeared, except in August, I sent Godiva chocolate bars. And that's when, like, it was 120 degrees everywhere in the South. Everybody had this pack of goo when they opened their box. Oh my gosh. I know, Jane, it makes me sad. We try to keep everything at $5 because it evens out between somebody in the neighborhood and somebody in California. And it's really kind of not working. So I don't want to. We'll see what we need to do. It's not my favorite thing to do, but anyway, we've had some great questions. I'm so excited. So Sunday is at 1:00 Eastern is the Crystal Rhinestone Workshop. It's only $10. It's $15 for your starter kit. Your starter kit, you get 2 pieces of template plastic, the tree transfer sheet, and 1,440 crystals, I think you get in the packet. So it's in a tip sheet. It's just enough so you can cut something and do something, and you decide whether this is for me or not, right? So that's what it's all about. So it's a simple in. Before we go, I'm going to show you one more project, and this is going to be a separate class, kind of like how I did the trifecta. As we come up with unique projects that really don't fall into the box spectrum, right? And this is going to be very hard for you to see at the moment. So this is a project that Jim designed. I have to stretch it out first. This is all embroidery. This is his form of crochet or lace digitizing. This is the entire lace tablecloth done in a 4x4 hoop of the Last Supper. Look at that. Is that amazing? So you will get the design, you'll get the class. It looks ripping hard, but it's all done in the hoop. And so it's just stunning. I don't know if I can get, just so you can see the quality of the lace. Look at that. That is unbelievable. So that is coming up. Hopefully get it done before Jim hits the road in March. Yes, it's a wow. There's a lot of wows. Yeah, so you could probably, no, you probably could pare it down a little bit, not doing as many blocks. But how long is a stitch out? I couldn't even tell you. I'm going to say a long time. That's all I'm going to say, a long time. And it's just the same thread, top and bobbin. The nice thing is now, Janome has an 18-inch hoop. Brother has the 16-inch hoop. You could put 5 or 6 squares in there at one time and just let it run, right? And then throw it in the drawer and then do the next 5 or 6 squares. So every time you walk by your sewing room, just load it up and let it run. And before you know it, you'll be ready to put them together. So Jim is a gem. We love Jim. Jim and I have known each other for over 30 years. All right. I've had a scan and cut for over a year. I've not tried to use it. Girlfriend, come on, get it out of the box. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's the first cut is the worst, and everybody messes up their mat the first time with something that's too sticky. So the mats are either too sticky or not sticky enough, and it's just something we've learned to work with that. All right, any more questions? Now I've totally torn this place up in here. We will get it squared away. So use the word share if you want to get entered in the drawing at the end of the week. And by all means, sprinkle this to the universe, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me. And you can always find me at support at Amy Sews. If you have any questions about the memberships, we'll be glad to answer them for you. So I don't know when the next time is. We're going to open the scan and cut in the Serger boxes for new guests. Tea Towel is open all the time. And then the January Tea Towel starts the embroidery portion. If you want it or don't want it, it's the same price. It's always been. So, woo. All right. We say a couple things here at Amy Sews. When it comes to learning new things, we mess up so you don't have to. We get the bugs worked out. And of course, the more you know, the more you sew. All right, everybody, have a terrific day.